We are back.
Yes, we are, and it's been a long time.
A long time.
Yes.
We are back on the porch.
Yes, I can't believe it. And look
We have some obstacles to deal with.
Yes,
We just
do.
wanted to share this lovely balloon, but look at it. It has a life of its own.
It does.
Plus we got the lawn guy.
Yes.
This is what you
We've
face
got competition
on
today.
the porch.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's so good to be back.
It is, really. And
Yes.
Toto's happy, too.
Toto's happy too.
Yes.
So we are back on the porch, and we, as always, have a very special word of the week that has something to do with this balloon.
Yes.
Look at this balloon, everyone.
it
It says,
does.
Happy Mother's Day,
Yes.
Queen.
I was the one that received it on Sunday.
Yes.
And it's still going.
It's still going.
Yeah.
So, our word this week, what is our word this week?
Well, obviously it's mother, and mother has so many meanings, so many lovely things to say about it.
Right.
Should I start, or do you want
Well,
to?
I'm a little confused because I thought Mother's Day was last week. So I think our viewers are probably thinking, well, you ladies are like about a week late.
We can't help it. We were
Well,
too busy.
No, but actually I think it's perfect timing.
I think
Because
it is too.
I think Mother's Day should usher in our appreciation for mothers. And it
It's
should continue all year long.
ongoing. I'll buy that, because we're both mothers.
We're both
So-
mothers. So, in last week, obviously, Mother's Day can be a very hard day for people as
It is,
well.
yes.
People who have lost mothers, or people who have not yet had the dream of becoming a mother
Yes,
come
yes.
true. So, but we want to talk about mom this
Yeah,
week.
we do.
And I think, and here I am sitting with the most wonderful mom
Oh.
of all. But I would
A
love.
work in progress.
Well, we're all a work in progress. So
Yeah.
I could sit here like the whole time and brag about my mom. And I'm going to brag about her in a little bit. But I am very curious, and I think people would want to know, I would love to hear about your mom.
Okay.
Because she wasn't with us that long growing up.
No.
I mean, she was part of our life growing up, but
Yes.
I don't know a whole lot about her and how it was when you were growing up. So
Yes.
tell us, Grandma's name was Dandy is what we
Yes,
called her.
Dandy. And she liked that name too.
Where did she get
And
that name? I've always
I
wondered.
don't know. I don't remember. Maybe the children started calling her that, but I don't really remember how she got the name Dandy.
Yeah. Well, tell
And-
us a little bit of your story. So, because you were adopted, and they
Yeah.
adopted you at an older age.
About
So
55 is what I think.
cannot imagine
Yeah.
adopting a child right now at this
Yeah.
stage of my life.
Well, it happened, and lucky for me that they adopted me. I have a couple of versions, actually several, about where I came from, but you know what? That's not what it's important. It's
Right.
where I ended up. And I
Yes.
ended up one happy, blessed woman, and I have them to thank for that too.
But it wasn't easy. And you always like to be the positive pixie dust, but she
Well-
was pretty stern. I remember Dandy was not so dandy. I don't know where we got that name.
Well-
I would not have picked the name for Dandy.
Oh,
Please forgive me, Grammy, but she was very stern. Like, I don't know where you get your joy and your happiness and your, because she was very stern. She was older. So I would think just that in itself, the adjustment of all of a sudden a child arriving at
Yes.
55, and you were an only child.
and I was a pistol, I think. At least that's what I was told. I wasn't
can't believe
easy
it.
to raise, and I was Daddy's little girl, which didn't help either.
Daddy's little girl.
And
Okay.
I think that I probably challenged my mother quite a bit. She was alone with Dad for 25 years, and then I showed up on the scene. I don't know how old I was. I'm not even sure of my birthday, because I've had this genealogy check, and it puts me the next year, which I would be happy to say.
So
I
you're
was
a year younger?
It says that my birthday was chosen because it was my cousin's, and in those days everything was secret. I went down after my mother accidentally told me I was adopted when she was very angry with me for having my last child and
You mean
shaming, shaming people.
She was not happy I came around. Well, there you
not
go,
at the
Dandy.
time, but she loved Julie, and Julie loved her, and was so kind to her.
Dandy.
I'm telling you, you were at her side. She lived with us for several
I do
years.
remember taking care of her, and I
Yes.
actually found her when she had a stroke. I
Yes,
always kept finding her.
You did.
Yes.
I know.
It was kind of rough.
Julie
but
was her pal, and it was wonderful. I do know that my mother and dad were very good to me. They certainly gave me more than what I needed, and I did the best that I could to be what they wanted. I was always afraid of them because they were older. My mother had high blood pressure and was sick quite a bit when I was growing up, but she seemed to kind of mellow there for a while.
she mellowed a little bit in the end when she got sick, but
then she had one stroke after another, and it wasn't good.
And I think your story goes to show we all have kind of different relationships with our moms. Like you and I have a very close relationship, very different than I think what you had with your mom.
Yeah.
But the one thing that stands out growing up is you always honored your parents and your mother and her wishes.
Yes.
You even married the guy that they wanted you to marry.
Yeah, I wanted to make them happy, and they weren't at all happy with the one I chose. So, you know, I thought everybody's going to be happy, so am I. But it was different. But anyway, I did want to make them happy, and I used to spend my weekends cleaning the house, doing what I could. I worked in retail during high school sometimes, and I'd always have a gift that I enjoyed, like a coffee cup collection for Mom. And my dad always got a tie, and I enjoyed that. It wasn't that I was being so generous. I got a kick out of it. And even today, I'd rather be the giver than receiver. And let me tell you about Sunday, not to get off.
Okay, well, yeah, let's talk now. So that was, I really just wanted you to share kind of a little bit about your mom, because I think, like I said, it goes to show we all have different relationships.
Yeah.
But even though it was difficult at times, you always honored your parents. And I used to, when my kids were little, I used to, whenever they were acting up, especially when I was on the phone, I would just do this. I would flash my 5 fingers, because commandment number 5 out of the 10 commandments is honor and obey your parents.
Yes.
So they just knew that 5. That meant honor and obey your parents.
Yeah.
So,
But
the times are different now.
Oh, Julie's children were not a problem.
Well, we certainly had our moments, just like I'm having with this balloon. There were tough times sometimes.
I know.
So yeah, let's talk about this, where this balloon came from this Sunday. So we're going to talk a little bit about Mother's Day, because I wanted to honor my mama. She's been through a lot, obviously. This year, and she hasn't seen many friends. So guess what? I surprised her with a little open house. I invited just a handful of people, not too many, and they just started showing up to see Mama.
I didn't get it at first. Lainey came over.
Right. Well, Sandy and Nancy were first through the door.
That's right. Sandy
Lots
and
of
Nancy.
tears, and
I could not believe them standing at the door. I was sitting inside.
Yes.
I thought, is that Sandy? Is that Nancy?
Right.
But they were so sweet, and as always, showered me with chocolate. And
there was a basket of chocolate.
We had the nicest little tea party.
Yes.
Thanks to Julie.
It was fun.
We had Elaine.
Yeah.
We had Glenn. And then Mark. Last but not least. And somehow I knew in the back of my mind, Mark was going to show up. He shows up at the best times with the best things himself.
Yeah.
I mean, we just enjoyed it so much.
Yeah.
I was starved by the time we ate, and I ate more than I
We
had.
did. We actually had an air
time.
fryer cook-off.
We did.
Because Ed had
Yes.
not, Mom's husband Ed had not used his
Yep.
air fryer. I said, bring it over. We're going to get that thing
Yeah.
going. And so he put some chicken in it. I put salmon in
Yeah.
mine.
Oh,
And we just had a wonderful feast
I'll
for
tell
dinner.
you what, though, the next day when he had a virus and a stomach problem, he blamed it on his chicken from the
It wasn't
air
the chicken.
fryer. No, it wasn't.
The air fryer is
Yeah.
awesome. That's a whole nother
Uh-huh.
subject.
I
We
know.
might do that as a word one day. That's 2
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
Air fryer. I love the air fryer. But we
might.
just had a wonderful day. I got
Oh,
to
we
talk to my
did.
kids. They
We
both
did.
called.
Yep.
And
got to
mean,
talk to him.
being a mom though is
Oh.
rough.
Yeah,
And
it is.
I was a stay-at-home mom, so it was my job.
Yeah,
And
it was.
it was hard at times. And I just, especially being a single mom, when I divorced, my kids were 4 and 6.
4 and 6.
I know, so they were
yeah.
really young,
Oh,
and
yes.
so
Oh.
I just appreciate and all the people that helped me because it's hard. And I
is.
remember my girlfriends used to call me Momda because I
Momda.
was mom and dad.
And Dad.
And
yeah.
you know, and I think a lot of single parents experience that, and you
Exactly.
have to kind of be strong.
You
But
do.
it takes a village, and we learn
Yeah.
that, and that's what we kind of celebrated on Mother's Day this year. Kind of
did.
some of your village,
We did.
and
yeah.
you know, and just showing love, showing up, and that's what we hope with this message to show, that it's not just one day a year.
No, it isn't.
That we should be honoring our moms year round because it's a tough job.
And I want to say, as a mom myself, because I had 7 children, we had to be a team. And Julie, fortunately, was the youngest, so she didn't get too much of the work. But she got a lot of
What
love
are you talking
from
about?
her brothers.
I was the forgotten
Yeah.
child.
No, she wasn't. She says that because she never had a pet. We had so many pets.
I never got the dog.
I said,
all I
if
wanted
you
was
bring
a dog.
home another pet, I'm leaving. And that wised them up. No more pets.
Yeah.
And then Julie came along. There were no dogs, nothing around.
And Dandy didn't want me. I didn't realize that.
Huh?
That's good to know.
Well, when I was going to the
she
hospital.
liked me at the end of her life, though.
Oh, she loved you, Julie. She did. And
Dandy.
she called Julie her little black-eyed Susan. And,
Oh, that's
you know,
right. She
yeah.
didn't want me to be Julie. She wanted me to
she
be
wanted to be
Susan.
Susan.
Yeah, she
But
called me Black-Eyed
I
Susan.
picked Julie.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
And I got to tell you one more thing. Maybe she won't like it. Julie was a strong mother when she was alone. Little Carolyn liked to just kind of do her thing in the morning. Wasn't happy to go to school one day.
Oh.
Julie swept her up in her pajamas. I think he took along her uniform.
That was Nate. No, that was Nate.
Was
He'll
it?
only go once. My very wise friend said if he won't get dressed, just take him in his pajamas.
I thought it
He'll
was
only
Carolyn.
go once.
Yeah.
No, Carolyn was the shoes.
Oh,
That's
the
story.
shoes.
So yeah,
Okay.
Nate made it out. That's actually when we were in Japan. We made it out to the elevator and he ran in and got dressed.
And he got dressed. Okay.
But yeah, I was pretty rough. I
Oh.
put her. Yeah, this. A lot of moms would not have agree. But yeah, she wouldn't wear her shoes.
Oh, was the
So when I
shoes.
pulled up to the school,
Yeah.
I took her out and I set her down on the sidewalk and I set her shoes next to her and it was drizzling.
Yeah.
And then I just left her. I actually, the counselor was watching. No, I didn't leave her. I walked in the building.
Yes, yes.
And I left her out there. And
Yeah.
then the counselor was right inside. She was
Yeah.
the Banana Splits lady that
Yeah.
helped with the divorced
Yeah.
kids. And we both watched from the window to see what
Yeah.
she did. And she did put her shoes on and come in.
And come in.
And
I know.
actually, they told that story to the faculty, and they voted me like the best mom of the week for
Yes,
that.
see?
Most moms would be like, "How
I
could you
know.
leave your daughter
Whole
on
strong.
the curb?"
I know.
But I mean, she wasn't in danger.
No,
But it's
no.
just it's rough being a mom.
It is.
Sometimes you
It
got to do the
is.
tough love, and
Oh,
as they
yeah.
get older, yeah, it gets rough.
I used a lot of tough
love, yes.
Tom used to salute me. He'd be
Yes.
right there, and no phone calls with the girls, homework only. I mean, I was really tough. I needed those kids to get scholarships and not expect to me pay the tuition.
Yes.
We were dead broke. We made it though, and we were happy.
We were very happy.
Those were some
You
of
were
my
a great
happiest
mom.
years. You know?
And I just want to say, now I'm going to just brag on you a little bit.
No,
You just have
no.
sacrificed so much
No,
for
no.
all of us. 7 kids. I could
No.
barely handle 2.
No.
And you had a lot of things working against you. You worked so
Well-
hard as a school teacher, raising 7 kids.
I love
And
teaching.
all the grandkids now. So
Yeah.
I just love you, Mom, and I just want to keep celebrating you
I love
all
you
year
too,
round.
Carla.
And that's what we need to do.
We need
Celebrate
to
our
love.
moms all
We need to love
year
on each other,
round.
and it can go to anyone. It doesn't have to be a mom. Just
Right.
love on each other.
Well, and a lot of people
And-
have people who are like moms, mom
Yeah.
figures in their life.
That's right.
And just do
yes.
something maybe this week or in the
Yeah.
coming weeks to honor them.
Yeah.
But don't save it up for one day
No,
a year.
no.
Not just one day a year.
Spread it around.
Spread it out.
And we'll be back.
Yes, because
To
I
see
think
you.
the lawn people are getting a little closer.
Our competition has come in.
The lawn guys are coming in. See, this is
And-
one of the obstacles of the real porch. But
Yeah,
this is
but
the
we're-
real scoop here.
And the sun is getting to my
Yeah, the
eyes,
sun is a
too.
little strong. Okay,
So,
so we'll see you
bye-bye.
later. Take
Bye-bye.
care. Have a great week. We will
Yes.
be back next week.
Next week.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye-bye.